how did you first get started with making music, and how did you get into the music industry?
I started making music or sing and play instruments when I was really young. Maybe I've always sang, I think. And my father taught me to play guitar and sang a lot with me when I was small. And then after a while I learned how to play harmonica as well. So it's always been a part of my life. But my big passion when I was younger was figure skating, actually.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I was just... that was my life, really.
Yeah.
But then when I became a teenager and around 15, I got more into music, and I wanted to have an ordinary teenage life and not train all the time. So then I went to a music school, musikgymnasium in Swedish, music high school, you can say. And then that was a really wonderful experience, because when I grew up, all my friends played basketball, except for me, because I'm such a shorty. So when I came to that music school, it was almost like, you know, the old film Fame, when everybody dances in the hallway and everybody sings, and that was the experience for me. So after that I was really hooked in music, and I started a lot of different bands, and I played all the time. And after that I started to work as a singing waitress in Stockholm.
That's cool.
But still I had my band going on the side. And after that I continued with the music. And then I had the big hit with Release Me and Luria, one of the bands.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know Cookies and Beans as well. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, so Cookies and Beans we were all friends living in Stockholm, playing music, writing music, recording music, playing in slobby clubs and bars where we could play. And so Cookies and Beans, I started Cookies and Beans as well under that period in 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7 was the big break with the Release Me. And after that, I've been working and singing. So
a long journey, and then done a lot.
Yeah, yeah, and it's still a journey. I mean, you never know. If you would ask me a year ago, I would probably say I wouldn't do Melodifestivalen.
Yeah, but now you're here.
And now I'm here, and I'm so happy for it, because it's all about following that journey. You don't have to know. You don't have to know where the journey will end. You have to do what you feel is right for the moment, and follow that, and not be afraid of it.
Yeah. How many instruments do you play?
I would love to say 1,000, but I play guitar, and I play harmonica, and at home I play piano. And I write music sometimes with piano, but don't put me in a band and play piano. You would regret it. And actually I played some drums as well when I played with one band, but that's just for fun. I want to do it more, but yeah.
Yeah, you can practice.
I can practice, yeah. Actually, I was in a club the other weekend, and then they had this bongo drum, and I was just sitting and playing bongos at the club. But I don't know if it was good or not.
It's for fun.
It's for fun. It's for fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you only like to write music from your own experiences, or do you ever like to make up stories?
I do both, and make up stories. You can say you make up stories, but it's always things that stuck in your mind for one reason or another. Maybe you see the film that inspires you. Maybe you have a friend that inspires you, or maybe you seen something in a museum or in a play or whatever. So you can get inspired by a lot of different things if you open up a little bit. So it's both.
Awesome. What do you learn from being on Fame Factory?
Wow. You know, I did never get into the house. I was rejected just before. That was one of my first time when I was on TV. And I was really afraid of that having cameras in your face, and I was a little bit shy. But it was also exciting, but it was a really short journey for me. I don't know what I learned from that. Sometimes I meet friends from that time and meet them in the music business, and I mean, we can just have a laugh and looking back at that time. So
and then something is like a start of something.
Yeah. I don't think it was a start for me in Fame Factory.
Just trying like something new.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, trying something new and trying something that I don't really know. I didn't really know what that was, but I was curious, and I'm still very curious about doing things, and yeah.
You've been in multiple bands, including La Rox, Olara, and Cooking and Beans. Can you tell us about working in different bands and how these names were created?
Wow. Working in bands, I love playing in bands. And even when we wrote this music, We Are One, I was writing it with Hampus and Niklas. And when we were in the studio, it felt like almost we were like a little band, because we were sitting with our guitars, we were stomping our feet, and Niklas was doing the beat. So I mean, I'm not that person sitting just alone making my music. I get so inspired by playing and doing music with other people, and that's the case with La Rox. Although it was a long time ago. And you know, Beata from La Rox, she's doing the back vocals with me, and she's one of my best friends, so of course I wanted to bring her.
Yeah.
And Cookies and Beans, it's such a joy singing with them, because we have sang, you know, we've been a band for almost 15-16 years now, and I love playing with them. And I mean, I love them as friends and persons as well, but being in that music zone with them really just inspire me and making me better. And it's something when you meet two other persons that you just connect with a voice. We don't have to say anything. When we do a new song, we know where we will put our harmonies and everything, because we're almost like sisters in music. So I love bands.
How did this name was created?
La Rox was, we did a TV show. Me and Beata were heppflickor. How do you say that in English? Do you know what it is? Tobias, he was the leader of the program, and it was almost like Så ska det låta. Different artists came. It was on ZTV in the early 2000, and they were going to compete with each other and do funny music games. And me and Beata, we were the two dancers in the show, doing choreographies like Ice Ice Baby, MC Hammer, Can't Touch the Do 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 Do. We had such a good time, and Tobias were also singing and sometimes dancing with us. And then we got a call, and somebody asked us, "Do you want to be in Melodifestivalen?" And we were just, yeah, maybe that's fun. So we did this crazy act, and we had a lot of fun. But what was the question? Yeah, La Rox. We were called La Rox Balletten in the show, in that TV show. That's why the name La Rox followed us into Melodifestivalen. And Cookies and Beans, I think I remember we were at Linda and Charlotte's place outside of Stockholm. They lived together, and we were just cookies and beans, cookies and cream, cookies and beans. It felt good to say. It felt a little country American. So we were just, cookies and beans. And Laura was actually because we all loved Twin Peaks. You know that?
I think so.
You should see it. It's a really good series. And it was really big when we were all small.
Mm-hmm.
And we all loved that show, and series, it is.
Yes.
And the main character was Laura Palmer. That's why we named the band Laura.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. You released your debut single in 2014. How is your music different from the music you made with the groups you've been in?
You mean my own solo act with Öhrn?
Yeah. And it's different from the bands, like the music.
Yeah. Cookies and Beans took a break around 2014, and that was because I felt I had so much music in me that really couldn't really fit in that constellation. Mm-hmm. And also Linda and Charlotte wanted to do a little different things as well, mm-hmm. and we decided to just take a break or slow down the tempo a little bit. So I released a lot of. I was so curious about the electronic sounds and that music world of sounds that I had never experienced so much before, because I always played very acoustic. So that was a big difference, just the sounds. And also it's a big difference when you are ahead of a project or I do all my choices alone in the end. I don't compromise, or I don't have the support. It's both wonderful to be your own boss only, and sometimes it's really hard as well. But still, I have a lot of wonderful people working with Öhrn as well, that electronical project. But now actually I've decided to put everything Frida Öhrn, because that's my name, and when I go on tour, I will go on summer tour with Diggiloo. But after that, I will do my own tour in this fall, and then I will take music from Öhrn, and I will also release new music and also play the Melodifestivalen song "We Are One." So, I mean, everything. In the end, everything is just mixed together. Yeah.
You've been made music in different genres. What made you decide what genre you want to create in writing a song?
Ooh. It depends. If we're sitting with Cookies and Beans and we will say it's time to write our next album, then we know what world we want to be in. We know almost the sound landscape we want to use. So if I write with with Linda and Charlotte, we know where we'll be. When I wrote "We Are One," I didn't know.
Yeah.
We just wrote. Like, we'll see what's happened. So it's different. It depends on which constellation you write in. And when I'm sitting alone, I mean, if I write something with my guitar, a song can be so many different things if you produce it in different ways. So sometimes I decide genre, and if I write to other people, I decide a little bit more. But sometimes it's totally free. And we will see afterwards how we will dress up that song.
Tell us about working with Peter Jöback on his show Med hjärtat som insats.
That was really fun when Peter asked me. I've been working with him a lot, also with Cookies and Beans and by myself as well. And I've been dancing when I was small. I'm figure skating and also dancing, ballet, jazz dance, contemporary, tap dancing, flamenco. Dance was also one of my big passions, but I haven't done it for years. And when he asked me, he was just, "Are you going to dance? And you're going to blah, 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 and act?" And I was just, oh my God, I want to do this, but do I remember how to do it? So, no, I was really happy to be in that show. It was a great ensemble. Got to know so many wonderful people, big actors and actors, dancers, circus artists, And it was such a big production.
Yeah.
You know, Peter is never afraid of doing things big. He's very inte jante. You know, jante.
Yeah, inte jante, yeah.
In English, no. In English, you don't have the word jante, but in Sweden we do. We have this word that is, you should be not too much, not too little, fit in the place. And sometimes you can just be so, take away that. Do what you want and do it big if you want to. And he's very good at that. So that show was spectacular, and I learned so much with it.
What can you share about writing a mellow song, We Are One? And what made you decide what is good fit for mellow?
That song wasn't planned. When we wrote it, I didn't think of Melodifestivalen at all. We just wrote it because I had a lot of thoughts in my mind that's been there for a long time. Thoughts about that we should open up more to each other, that we should try to realize that we are all so much the same. We all go through tops in our world and the bottoms when we feel so lost and afraid or lonely or whatever that really blue feelings are. And we all share that. Everybody goes through it one way or another, and everybody goes to those high tops when they feel on top of the world. And it feels like sometimes we need to be reminded of that, and just see each other and know that we are one means that we are so much alike, and we should just help each other see that and help each other on the way, because we are. It's a love bombing to the audience, and also for me as well. And the lyrics is also about believing yourself and believing that inner voice that it's sometimes hard to listen to. Sometimes you just, I don't know what I want to do or where I want to go, and just stop for a while and listen to that voice, and if you hear it, have the guts to follow it and don't be afraid. So it's a really come on like that song. So I feel I love that song, and when I wrote it, I just loved the song, and I didn't know what to do with it because it didn't fit with Cookies and Beans, it didn't fit with Öhrn. It just was there in my computer, and I was listening to it, and what am I going to do? And then I went on summer tour with Peter Jöback, and he listened to some of my songs, and I listened to his music, and we would talk about the future. What do we want to do? And when he heard that song, he was just, oh my God, you have to send this to Melodifestivalen. So he was the one actually who was planting the seed with that thought. And I was just, what? No, I haven't thought about that. But then I was thinking about it more and more, and just what a great feeling to sing those words and sing that message to so many people in one time. I mean, what are the odds of having the chance to do that? And also having the chance to do a show. Okay, wrapping up. Okay, I'm talking so much. I'm sorry.
It's good.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so then I just wanted to take that opportunity, and I'm so happy to be here.
That's great.
I'm so sorry I talk so much.
No, it's okay. Tack så mycket. Så vi ska ta snabba bilder bara på det. Så du ska få den blomkronan.
Du har liksom halva frågeformuläret kvar, eller hur?